All right, everybody, this is my 50,000 mile review of my 2021 Dodge Ram 1500 Laramie Sport. So we're actually going to trade this truck in right now. We'll do another video on what we're trading it in on. But this truck I've had for about 2.5 years, and also now that I have a camper, I'm wanting to move out to a 2500, and because of that I'm gonna have to get rid of the Laramie, even though this truck has probably been one of the best trucks I've ever owned. It's definitely been the nicest truck I've ever owned. It's been really good for the kids. Plenty of room in the back seat. Those seats in the back, they recline out, which that's really nice. Heated ventilated seats. It's nice leather interior, everything, and the ride is so smooth. It's got, I believe, the 323 gears in it, and it just it drives amazing. Gas mileage, you know, when you're buying a truck, it doesn't really matter what your gas mileage is, right? It's not going to be great either way you slice it. But you know, normal on the highway driving, I get about 20, 21, sometimes 22, depending on how flat it is. Round town, 16, 17. Now that's normal highway and around town driving. I live out here in the DC area, so my highway driving is a lot like my around town driving. Actually, driving around DC with not the best highway conditions where you're constantly stop and go. Honestly, I got more about 14, 15, 16. Driving around town about the same, but once you get out on open highway where there's not a lot of traffic, it picks right up. Especially cruising at like 70, 75, you can easily get 19 mile, 20 miles to the gallon out of this thing. One thing I do really like are these off-brand Ram WeatherTech floor mats. They're really easy to clean, and they've kept my truck really nice. If you just got stuff laying in there, you can just blow them off. A little bit of mud, just scrape it off, and they're nice and clean as they were when they were brand new. Another thing is, I really like the center console, how deep it is, how much space there is in it. The center console is nice, but you know, sometimes it does interfere with leg room a little bit, especially on longer hauls, but it is a really nice center console. The infotainment has stayed pretty precise and fast all through the years. Still responds really well. Wow, that didn't. Okay, making me a liar. But it does good, and it's held up for the last 2.5 years. But I do like that 12-inch touchscreen, and the 8.4 is good, but that 12-inch is really cool as well. All right, on to some negatives of the truck over the last 50,000 miles. I honestly think that the worst thing about this truck is I didn't get paint protection film on the front end, so my bumper and grill and a little bit on my hood has been very beaten up over the last 50,000 miles, especially with a lot of highway driving. A lot of rocks and stuff have been kicked up at it, and I got a lot of paint chips in the front. That's pretty common on these trucks, so if you are going to buy one and make it last, and you have a nice bumper, if you're buying a used one, just go ahead and get the paint protection film for the front. Just save yourself the trouble, because it will get eaten up really quick. Another thing along those lines is you should also get a bed liner for your bed if you don't have the Dodge spray-in bed liner from the factory, just because your bed will get beaten up too. And if you're okay with your bed getting beaten up, then don't worry about it. But if you're buying a nice truck that isn't getting a lot of bed use, and then you actually do use your bed a few times, it's getting all scraped up, then maybe you should go ahead and get the bed liner. I'm kind of regretting not getting the bed liner, because my bed has been scraped to all sorts of hell, and I've used it more than I thought I was going to. So that's another negative. And last but not least, like all Hemis, you do get a little bit of a tick from the exhaust manifold. The gasket's going out pretty quick on this. This Hemi suffered from it. Luckily my two other Hemis before this, my 6.4s, didn't. mess with that. But this one did. My buddy's truck, who has basically the exact same truck as me except a bighorn, his had that problem. So it's just something to look out for. But all in all, the truck has been a great truck. I love it. I'm probably gonna miss it because this was my first Ram, and I really enjoyed it. So on to the next one, and I'll show you what that is soon. So long, old friend.